hello. Oh, hello. Just gotta say, oh, hello.
Happy October. What a great show we have for you today, supporting local businesses. My friends from the Trans-Siberian Orchestra chat about their holiday shows and how you can help people across Connecticut have a wonderful holiday season by helping fill their pantries with much needed food items. And that takes me to our very first guest. Please welcome not only a dear friend, but a great partner in the community and to our show, President and CEO of Connecticut Food Share, Jason Jakubowski. Jason, thanks for being here today.
Hi, Renee. No, thanks for having me here.
So we're getting into the busy season.
It's the busy season. You know, it's the holiday season is right around the corner. November, December. Those are the two busiest months of the year for us in terms of fundraising. Right. And you know, I often tell people that our challenge at the food bank is we have to raise enough money in the months of November and December to basically sustain what we do the other 10 months out of the year.
It's funny when you say November, December, your busiest time, but it's busy for you as an organization. The busiest time for need is the summer. Absolutely. The worst time of the year for need is definitely the summer. And we always tell people, you know, the lowest time for monetary donations is the summertime. Right. So we're one of those weird business, you know, a lot of businesses, you know, it's steady over 12 months out of the year. For us, the difficult thing is we have to raise enough money in November and December to be able to sustain us through those summer months, through the spring months, through the fall. So it's a tough proposition, but you know, the people of Connecticut always step up to the plate. You know, the people of Connecticut truly do, and I always find that the people that don't have the most give the most.
Absolutely. We see that every single day. They're either dropping off a frozen turkey or they come online and they're like, you know, hey, we know what it's like to have been food insecure. We know what it's like to go without food. How do we, you know, how do we help?
Well, COVID changed the face of what need looked like, because people who never needed assistance from a food bank now discovered that they did. So here in Connecticut, the numbers have changed and they always adjust here and there. But 1 in 7, over 516,000 people in our state are hunger insecure, which I know that that's the politically correct way to say things, but people are hungry.
They're hungry. Yeah, they're hungry, and that's the bottom line. And what we're seeing right now, unfortunately, is that it's about the same number of people that we were seeing at the peak of the pandemic. Now, obviously, things are very different. The economy is very different. There were a lot of interventions from the federal government. There were ARPA funds. There were, you know, food boxes at Rentschler Field. All those things we had. Those things aren't there right now. So we're in a situation in which you've got families. They're working. It's the Alice population. They're working and they are able to make money. The problem is it's not enough to be able to afford groceries or rent or all of those things.
Well, remember that old saying, when I first started in this industry, like years and years ago, I used to talk when it was just Food Share, and I know Operation Fuel has changed their name as well, but I used to say heat or eat. People used to, that was like the slogan.
But nobody should have to make that decision.
Right, I mean, we shouldn't have to make those decisions.
It's 2025. We're here in the richest state in the country. Nobody should have to make that decision.
How can people directly help you right now? Because we're sort of getting a jump start on November. So what do you need right now?
We always need monetary donations. And what people always forget is that you donate $1 to a food bank like ours, we're able to turn it into 2 meals for the people here in Connecticut. I always say, you take $1, you go to the grocery store, you could buy a can of soup for that $1. You give $1 to us, we can buy 20 cans of soup because we're buying it by the truckload. And people who want to get a jump start on the holiday season and in terms of giving, they can go to ctfoodshare.org and they can make a monetary donation. They could also sign up to volunteer, because obviously we have 5,700 volunteers a year. We couldn't do what we do without those volunteers. So
and that's a look right there at your place in Wallingford.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a busy warehouse. It's not an easy situation feeding all 169 towns. And I think that's one of the other things that people don't necessarily realize. They think that we do a lot of work in the major cities, which we do, but you go to affluent suburbs like Avon or Simsbury or Darien or Greenwich. Glastonbury, our trucks are out there, a couple hundred people in line every 2 weeks. You go to the small rural towns, Cornwall, Voluntown, Union, I mean, there's families there too, and their issue is they live about an hour away from a grocery store. So,
you know, and let's talk a little bit about that. I think we have enough time to bring this up about our food pantries, because you, as an overarching organization, you actually serve
600 pantries.
Food pantries in the state of Connecticut. So if you're donating to a food pantry in your town, that's great, because chances are you're helping them too. So in whatever way you can give and think about helping people this holiday season, you know, that's something you really should do.
Absolutely, and you know, I get it. I mean, people are thinking about this stuff at the holidays. You know, we'll be out there in November in the freezing cold outside some grocery store somewhere talking about frozen turkeys.
Our own Scott Haney will be ready to go.
Scott will be in his turkey costume, ready to go at 4:30 in the morning. But people, what I want people to remember, and what I hope your viewers remember, is that this is a problem 365 days a year. It doesn't just start in November and December. And the funds that we raise during these times really help us throughout the year. They help us acquire the food, store the food, and distribute the food to people in need.
So we're coming off of, I mean, September was recently Hunger Action Month. I mean, every month has a meaning. We're now here in October. I know you're having fundraisers, third-party fundraisers that are going on, but really, if you go to ctfoodshare.org, that is where you're going to find all of the information about everything that's happening. And I know, depending on when you watch this show, Empty Bowls is either, you know, you're watching it live, it's coming up on the 18th. If you're watching this on the Sunday, it has already passed. But either way, ctfoodshare.org, you cannot go wrong by donating and or volunteering. And we're out there, Channel 3 Cares, we're out there all the time. And we're going to have a link up to all of the food drives and obviously helping all the people here in our state. So Jason,
we appreciate it. We appreciate it so much, Renee. We really do.
Jason Jakubowski, a dear friend of mine, but also President and CEO of Connecticut Food Share. You guys are amazing.
Thank you
and your
very
entire
much.
team.
We appreciate it.
All right, stay with Hello Connecticut. My interview with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra is next.